we doing?
Jalen, can you take us through the fumble? I didn't get a chance to rewatch it probably, but what do you think happened on that play?
I think overall, I just have to play better. I got to play better. We have a ton of opportunities to lead the offense and really play complementary ball, and it starts with me on that side of the ball. And I would get down like we did. We got to help. I have to help the defense out, executing, communicating. The things that I'm seeing on the field, and just trying to create the momentum that we need just to get in the end zone. It starts with me in terms of getting in the end zone and leading drives, and I didn't do a good enough job with that.
I know you don't want to make excuses, but when you don't have Devontae and AJ, how much does it limit you guys?
I didn't play good enough. Put a lot of time in this week to take advantage of this game and what we had and the guys that we had a lot of trust in, and we took advantage of some and some we didn't. But ultimately, it starts with me.
When you avoid a rusher, does your internal thought have to change, knowing that he's still somewhere in the pocket?
I'm sorry?
When you avoid a rusher like you did on the strip sack, does your internal clock have to change a little bit, knowing that there's at least one body in the area?
I think it's a matter of being decisive and knowing exactly what you're about to do. I think if we get that ball off, we have an opportunity to grant Calcaterra down the middle of the field. Just didn't end up having enough time in that situation. So,
It's 4 games now without a first quarter point. What needs to be done to start quicker in these games?
I got to start fast. I have to play better.
Yeah.
Are there common threads in those games that are problems that are stacking up that are leading to this?
I don't know if I can pinpoint that.
What?
You were talking to a lot of different guys after this game. I'm talking to Brandon. What is the message in your mind that needs to be expressed to this team right now?
Just keep pushing. Keep pushing. We've experienced different adversities. Just have to continue to learn from these moments. That's been the takeaway from every game that we've played. We got high aspirations as a football team. We've grown together, and we'll have different adversities that'll challenge us. And we just got to continue to grow and learn from everything we experience.
Okay, let's go.
It's easy for me to ask this from this side of the podium, but did you think you had Saquon there on that play?
I had the opportunity to him for sure. Didn't make it. Threw it away.
This team needs to find its identity during this week and the next week. Do you agree? Do you think this team has an identity, or do you think you need to develop it still?
Whoa.
I think there are a lot of teams in this point of the season that don't really have an identity. I think we're still trying to figure that out. I think it's challenging when you've had different moving pieces throughout in that. And so that's the approach that I've had. I just don't think I've been good enough in those areas. There isn't a doubt of anyone who steps on that field in terms of opportunity. We got to give guys opportunities and put guys in positions to be successful. And I have to play point out there and distribute it, really run the show and lead the charge offensively and as a team. And I got to be better at that.
As you enter the bye and you want to find an identity, do you two talk about maybe what you want the message to be to the team, or how you kind of want to handle as you guys go into the second part of the year?
We have our moments.
You serious?
Obviously falling behind pretty early on there. How do you explain that kind of performance from the team?
Yeah, we obviously didn't start good. Obviously, no excuse for that. We didn't come out. We didn't coach well enough, and we didn't play well enough.
Why do you look so disorganized and undisciplined? I mean, your teams to this point have been, no matter what the talent level, you've been pretty cohesive.
Yeah. I felt like
Feelings, nothing more than feelings.
Again, I say we didn't coach well enough, we didn't play well enough, and that's always going to start with me. If we go out there and lay an egg and we're down 24-0, that's going to start on me. I didn't have the guys ready to start. But our fundamentals, all right, weren't what we needed it to be. We'll make sure that we're working hard on that. And the bye week's coming at a good time. We got to get our bodies right, and we got to make some changes as far as what's going on fundamentally.
Yeah.
Early on in the game, I thought we had some missed tackles. Thought we had a couple drops, and those are going to stop drives, and those are going to extend drives, and that's where we got it. That's where it's going to have to start with fundamentals. Then it's going to be looking at where what kind of positions we're putting the guys in. But yeah, we didn't play well enough, like you said, and coach well enough fundamentally, penalty wise, everything.
Oh.
So now, he had 2 carries on 6 plays. I mean, that's the way football. I mean, when you go 3 and out, that no one's going to have any touches. Nobody's going to have any catches. We weren't sustaining drives. That's another. We can say what about the defense, but we weren't sustaining drives on offense, and so they were on the field a lot early on. I think you see the full game. You understand why that happened, but I mean, obviously we want them to get the touches of the ball, but when you don't sustain drives, then you're not going to be able to. Obviously, on the one where we did, get into it, I think was it the 4th drive where we scored, or 5th, yeah, 4th. Then you got a first down, you're able to go on the ball, you're able to get them a couple carries there. But again, and so on 2nd and 12, I mean, you can run it there to try to get him another carry, but you're trying to get yourself a little bit back to make sure you're in a 3rd and manageable.
Jalen's pocket presence, is that a concern, and how do you fix that?
No, strip sack fumbles like that Jalen's getting ready to throw. That's not when you look at those are when the guy's coming from behind on you and gets the ball out. That's not Jalen. But Jalen gets credited for that. And so, again, I'll have to look at the tape and see what happens, but when this game is always going to come down to the details and fundamentals. Like, did you tackle well enough? Did you take care of the ball well enough? Did you come after the ball yourself well enough? Did you block well enough? And I just didn't think our details and fundamentals were up to our par, up to our standard. And again, when that happens, you got to look at yourself in the mirror first, and I'm looking at myself in the mirror first. Are we doing the right things at practice? Are we doing the right drills? Are we doing so? We'll do a deep dive into not only scheme this upcoming week, sitting at 2-2 at the bye, but we'll also look at how are we helping these guys become better fundamentally. Again, with drills, with what we do at practice, with how we watch the tape, everything will be dissected, trying to get a win off the bye. Yeah, it's hard. The quarterback again will get the sack if he's here like this, and the guy can. But it's hard to. There's many things that go into it, and I'm not saying it could be the call that we made. It could be the protection by a back or an offense lineman. It could be somebody didn't win down the field. It could be he held on to it too long. There's so many things that go into that, but he's gonna get that credited to him.
Oh no!
Well, starting with me as the head football coach, again, that stat, it's because -6 is on offense and defense. So if we're not taking the ball well enough, and we're not protecting it well enough, that look no further than me.